Hello, beloved soul. You're welcome to Talk with Elvira, the very first edition, and I hope you find it interesting. You would agree with me that the world is changing every day. We have experienced so many evolutions in the world over the last couple of decades, and these evolutions may seem impossible. If someone had told us about 30 to 40 years ago that a woman in Nigeria can talk to her husband in America and see his face on the screen, it would have seemed like an illusion, maybe magic or witchcraft, like we fondly say here in Nigeria. The term change is constant. It's a very common saying that everyone seems to understand, but only a few have embraced in their life's journey. Almost all of us have had this statement in our mouth at one point or another. But how many of us are really flexible to the changes around us? We often lay emphasis to the necessity of change when it relates to others, but are slow to recognize imminent changes in our lives and adapt to them. In some cases, there are people who may have recognized the need for something new, something different from what they were taught, a new life pattern that they must adopt, maybe a new path we must take, a fresh view of ourselves, or simply a new belief system. Then, the issue of status quo comes to play, deceiving us to believe that if things are done the way it used to be done, or is not in alignment with the worldview or society's perspective of what it should be, it cannot be accepted. Humans, as rational beings, go through a stage of evolution on a daily basis. Maybe subtle, but constant. Our bodies, our skin, our hair, our inner metabolisms, our character, our attitudes, our response to the world, even our minds go through cycles and changes that need to either begin, end, or expand from what it used to be to what it ought to be. We must also recognize that aside the usual human changes of growth that we all experience as a collective, there are changes that are meant for individuals and exclusive to our unique life paths. These changes are oftentimes not externally appreciated, but born out of an inner need for growth and expansion according to God's guidance and that of our higher selves, which is our soul. Sometimes we consciously recognize these changes. Other times, it is a subtle process that can only be recorded by our subconscious. Regardless, there are changes that must occur without the permission of the world, changes that are in alignment with our individual path and unique soul's journey. Let us not be carried away by the bandwagon belief that any change that is not universally accepted, acknowledged by the society, or accepted by the public is wrong. As long as the earth is rotating, the world is expanding, life changing, and humanity experiencing different phases of evolution, there are necessary changes on the way that may not be in alignment with generally accepted realities, societal standards, and long-standing belief systems, but are necessary for us as individuals and as a collective, depending on where we categorize ourselves in the hierarchy of life. I urge you today to pay attention to your life and your environment. Be open-minded enough to understand that what you may have been so familiar with might not be the highest available standard. Change is on the way, and only the sensitive ones will be able to catch up with the flow and take advantage of the growth, expansion, ascension that comes with it. Times are changing. Stay attuned. My name is Elvira Jordan. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be updated when I post a new video or a new podcast like this. Thank you for listening. Bye.